Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time. I've had quite a morning. It is actually 9:36 Friday morning, and I got up early this morning because I had a bunch of stuff I needed to get done because I am meeting some friends to go paint at a waterfall, and we're gonna try to get to the waterfall by noon and then maybe go paint an old train station after that. But the waterfall's like an hour away, so I need to be out the door before 11 and get Sat Chat filmed and just the kind of my Friday stuff done. Just kind of like do the rounds and teachable school and all that stuff. And so I got up early this morning. I'm going to get the dog walked early, plus it's supposed to be hot today, so I wanted to get the dog out early. And I put her leash on her. Her harness is wet from a rainstorm. We were out walking and it was raining, so I wanted her harness to dry out before I used it again. And I just read something about how it's bad to walk your dog with harnesses. You should walk them on a collared leash because then they'll walk better. I'm like, oh, I'm the worst person ever. Guess I better start walking her hooked to the collar. And we had done that actually for a couple of days. The harness is still wet. We had very humid weather. So anyway, but you know, I don't like to have collars too tight on the dog. I'm just kind of afraid they're going to suffocate or strangle or something. So her collar's a little loose. And I went to take her walking this morning about 7:30, and she didn't feel like going walking this morning at 7:30. And so she had like dug her feet in, and I'm like, you need to, you know, this is now or never. This is time for your walk. And she wouldn't go, and I'm walking forward, and she pulls back and slips out of her collar and realizes she's out of her collar, and off she goes. This happens every few months. The dog gets loose, and she gets loose under my watch because I'm the one who walks her, and it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And it's usually her slipping out of a loose collar, or like the last time she actually tore there was like a front hook on her collar on her harness that I'd hook her to, and she somehow pulled. I feel like I have something. I hope I do not have something down the back of my dress because I have been climbing through the woods, chasing this dog. And I know, you know, it's like, don't chase her because she's just going to go further. So she'd been pretty much staying on the property. But then sometimes she'll go out to the road, and that's my biggest fear, is that she's going to cause an accident. If she would just stay in the woods around the property, that would be fine. But, so I've been so I went inside for a while because sometimes she'll come a little closer if she doesn't see me. But if I go out there and I go after her, then she will take off. So I was just like, okay, I've got to get her hooked, or I'm going to have to cancel my painting plans because I can't leave the property if she is loose. It just would be very irresponsible. And there was nobody else here that could like look out for her and watch her or anything, or wait for her to come home. So about a half an hour ago, I'm like, I'm just going to start walking around the cul-de-sac and see, because I thought I saw her take off down the road. And just kind of with the collar, she has no collar, so I can't even grab her. If somebody caught her, they wouldn't be able to get her because she has no collar. And so I had the collar and the leash, and I'm just walking. And then, so I walked down the road a bit, and no sign of her. I'm like, well, maybe she's back home again. So I started to walk back, and this car started going really slow. And it's because the woman saw me walking, like looking for her, and the dog started following her vehicle. And so she rolls down her window. She's like, the dog is right behind me. And so she's going slow, and I went around, and then she stopped, and she opened the door, and Penny was curious about who had stopped the car, and so she came, and I was able to grab her and get the collar on her and bring her back home and then rinse all. Oh, and she got so muddy. She got so muddy. And for my birthday, Lila and Maisie actually scrubbed my kitchen floor, and then Lila like washed down all the cabinets, and my kitchen is spotless. And I'm like, I've got this muddy dog. I finally, for my birthday, got my floor scrubbed, and I got this muddy dog. Ah! So I gave her the bath of shame when we got home, and I brought her into the garage and, you know, wiped her down with a towel. The towel was pretty muddy when I took it away, even after being rinsed. But I think she's staying in the garage because I think she knows she did wrong. The door's open to the rest of the house. She could come through, but I don't think I think she's kind of like, oh, she knows. She's probably going to hang out there. Plus it's school, so it's not really a punishment or anything. But anyway, that's how my morning started. But other than that, I've had a really good week. It's been a great birthday week. Birthday sale is still on through tomorrow if you want to snag any class at 48% off, because every year I put, like I do a discount in my school. And So I'm 48 this year, so it's 48% off. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I hit 50. I might have to be like, when I get over 50, it might have to be like, my age is the price you pay for any class. I don't know. So grab them while you can. Lifetime access on all my full courses, so you can buy it now and paint it when you have the time. You can always return back to my classes. You don't get kicked out once you complete them. Yeah, it's a great value. I think it's well priced at full price. I think it's a good value at full price. So when you have a big sale like that, every birthday week, every year, every summer, that's the time to buy, really. And they're all classes and all payment plans are included in that sale. So go snag you up some classes if you want to learn some stuff that I know that I can teach you. I don't know. So what else? Next Friday, and I really want to go plein air painting today because next Friday I'm not going to be able to. I try to go Fridays plein air painting in the summer. And next Friday I'm actually teaching a free Michaels class. So if you haven't signed up for that yet, please do. This is what we're going to paint. It's this this yellow, I'm going to turn that down a little bit there. It's this yellow iris. It's from a photo I took in France. I thought this was such a pretty flower, and actually you could do it in whatever colors you want, but we're going to be using the Derwent Line and Wash set again. It's the same set we used for our seascape last month, so that we won't have to buy anything new. And if you don't have that, I know it's real close to class time, just bring watercolors and a fine liner and a pencil. There's a pattern that you can download so that you can transfer it onto your paper before class. Please do that. Just transfer the outline. You don't have to do all the line work, just a basic outline. And then we're going to do the pen and ink techniques together, and then we'll do the watercolor wash together. And that download should be on the Michaels class sign up page I'm going to put in the video description. If not, it is also on my blog post for this project along with the time lapse. So if you're outside of the USA or Canada, you can't join the class live, but you can catch a replay on Michael's YouTube channel a few days after the broadcast. So, but I want to have the pattern up for folks that were outside of the USA and Canada so they could get that ahead of time if they wanted to. But otherwise, it should be on the Michael's sales page, class sales page. It's free. You don't have to pay or put a credit card in to sign up. You can just sign up for free. If you want to leave a review for my classes while you're there for my Michael's class, you please do. That would be wonderful. Helps other people know what to expect, and it helps Michaels know that they like projects like this and people like projects like this. So just all around sharing is caring type thing. And that class is free. So hope you check it out if you're interested. They're always fun. They're an hour long. It's just kind of a relaxed class, and it's fun. Oh, I posted a real-time video, and I'm going to do more of these actually because I was wondering how people would like them. So I filmed my project for the prompt feather. So I did a bird and then I did a feather, and I filmed it, and it was kind of a struggle, and I had some like reworking, but I thought it was kind of interesting, and I thought, well, it didn't take me that long to do it. I'm just going to narrate it real time because I paint faster when I'm not talking. So I was thinking, I could keep a real-time video if I painted it, because I'm probably about 30% faster of a painter if I'm not explaining, and probably 30% better of a painter if I'm not explaining, because I'm just focusing on the painting. And then if I go, then I can just go in and kind of narrate over it afterwards. And before I didn't like to do that. I'm like, might as well just do it all at once, but it takes me longer to paint when I'm doing that, and the painting usually doesn't come out as good. So I think I'm going to do some more of those. I have one for, do I have that? Yeah, I'll show you what the painting, the next one I'm going to do that method is this one right here. Let me turn down my light again. This rose, that was from a photo I took on Monhegan on Wednesday, on my birthday. We went out there for my birthday. And that'll be up next Wednesday. And also a review for the new Paul Rubens floral watercolor set will be up on Monday, right ahead of Prime Day, because Paul Rubens said they're going to put a lot of things on sale for Prime Day. So if you were thinking about any Paul Rubens products, I would hold off until Tuesday or Wednesday next week. I don't know if the deals will be for everybody, because sometimes Prime Day deals are only for Prime members, but a lot of companies will discount their stuff, and even if they're not taking part of the Amazon Prime promotion. And a lot of other websites will also do like lower free shipping. Like in the past, Blick has done like a lower free shipping threshold, like a $35 free shipping threshold during Prime Days to get people to spend their money at Blick rather than Amazon. So different websites will do that too. So it's just, if you know the stuff that you need, it's not a bad idea to check those sites you like to shop at during the Prime Days to see if they're running any special promotions to kind of compete with Amazon. I will do my my art supply sale wrap-up posts on, I'll probably post one each day, and I'll just edit it as if I see new things coming up. But like I always say, buying stuff on Prime Day just because it's on sale if you don't need it, or if you can't use it, like you can't get through what you already have in order to use it before it goes bad, obviously is not a sale, not a deal. So, and if you want to avoid seeing those, just don't click the show more, like, because when you're looking at my posts that are on my community tab, and I'll probably put it on my blog too, just because if there are really good deals, if there aren't really good deals, then I won't. But yeah, just don't click that little show more icon so you don't even see, so you're not even tempted. I'll probably put my front image just kind of like maybe a danger sign or something, just so people will say, oh, okay, I'm going to scroll past if they don't want to be tempted. But it is a good time, like if you're a teacher and you're stocking up for, you know, the school year ahead or for workshops and things like that. A lot of times you can get some pretty good bargains, especially if like you need a certain palette and you need a multitude of them. It's a good time to snag them. But yeah, I usually end up, I will go through and I'll look for particular brands that I like, and a lot of times you just scroll through pages and pages and pages of junk, because what they advertise for Prime Day, it tends to be the stuff that the private labeled fly-by-night art supply companies, you know, they're just trying to pump stuff out, make a quick buck, and then move on to the next product. I'm interested in the stuff that's actually good and stuff that I've used and I know is good and I can recommend. So that's what I'll be posting about, not just random sales. It'll be stuff that I've personally used and can recommend. But if you don't want to see that and you don't want to be tempted, then just don't read the posts. Don't click show more, you know, because I respect that. I totally understand. We all have, you know, we all have our demons that we face, and and I certainly don't want to be part of the problem. But, you know, some people are looking for a deal. I don't know. You have to make your own choices in this life. I'm not your mother. I should look at my list. I have no idea. I'm telling you, I was just completely thrown off balance this morning. So last Friday, after I filmed Sat Chat, I actually went into town with a friend of mine who's getting married, and she was going to buy some jewelry making supplies, and she asked if I'd like to go, because we usually paint together on Fridays. And so I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? We can grab lunch too. So we stopped at my favorite restaurant in Bangor, it's green tea, by the way, to have some lunch, and they were like, they'd been closed for remodeling. I'm like, oh no. So we went across this way to Las Plapas, which is a pretty good Mexican restaurant, but I didn't really feel like the Mexican calories were worth it. So I'm like, well, I'm just gonna get some Spanish rice. I like Spanish rice. I don't feel like a veggie fajitas, which is kind of a big, heavy meal. And I got a jumbo margarita. It was on special, and I felt like I deserved a treat. It was almost my birthday. And plus, I'm going shopping, which I get very impatient shopping. Even like going for art supply and craft supply shopping is totally fun, but I'm not a shopper. So I get very impatient and very bored. So I'm like, oh, this will make the shopping trip a little more interesting. And boy, did it. Boy, did it. I have some things that I don't think I would have bought if I hadn't had a jumbo margarita in my system at the time. First up, a disco ball. I thought that this was a great idea. This is why you have to be careful when you shop. Although, and the whole time I'm looking at everything, I'm like, I could have a party. I'm thinking, I want to have a party. I need a disco ball for my party. I used to have a disco ball, and I don't know what became of it. Maybe I gave it away. But now I have one. I have a new one for this party that Fantasy Lindsay's going to throw. What else did Fantasy Lindsay get up to? Well, let's see. I haven't even looked in this bag since last Friday. I thought, oh, won't it be fun to rediscover these treasures together? This is a PSA, an anti-margarita PSA. Oh, actually, I bought these really cute beads. They're rainbow plastic beads, and I'm like, well, A, they'll go with anything, and I like loud, flashy jewelry, so these would be nice, lightweight. Like if I'm going to do a big resin shape with like glitter in it or something, I can add this for a spacer between the resin and the... just justifying, but aren't they pretty? I think they're really pretty, and they're very lightweight, so I was thinking earrings. Then I was thinking I could have a shining party, because this stamp that was on clearance for like $2.50 or $5, I don't remember, it was cheap. I was like, that is like the pattern from the Overlook Hotel in The Shining, the original 1974 Shining, or 1982, whenever The Shining was though. Anyway, this is the pattern of the Overlook Hotel carpet, and I'm like, I need to have a shining party this Halloween. So bought that for the invitations for the Shining party, Stephen King's The Shining party I'm going to throw this fall. Then these were buy one get one half off, and I I had to get two because otherwise I'm just wasting money by not getting the 50% off one if I just buy the full price one. But the reason I got this is because I want to make a little palette out of it because Lord knows I need more mini travel palettes. It's a little locket. It's a little steampunk locket that opens up, and I'm like, I could fit some half pans in there, or I could get a friend with a 3D printer to print me some a little tray in there. I could definitely get like 6 colors in there, no problem. And I've done this before actually. It's not my first rodeo with lockets and palettes. I've got one in the other room. I should have grabbed it before I did this video, but I got this one right here. It's like a little steampunk octopus, and I made a clay. Oh yeah, I could use clay for that. I did polymer clay here. I don't know if I can get it open. That's the only downside. Oh, actually it opened pretty easy. So I made a little polymer clay thing, and I didn't have white clay at the time, so I used ecru. But anyway, it works. It's cute. And yeah, I just put like I put some primary, put red, yellow, blue, a sap green, and a brown and a yellow ochre. Is that right? Yeah, that's what I put in there. So anyway, yeah, more mini watercolor palettes that I absolutely need in my life. And then, actually, I went to Joann's first, and this was a totally justified purchase because they still have my favorite pattern paper ever in stock. It's this really sherbety color rainbow by American Crafts, and I like savor every little scrap of this paper. I bought a couple sheets of it probably back at a paper sale back then, probably like 5 years ago. I couldn't believe they still have this. Is there a date on it? 2018! 2018! See, I knew it was, that's like 6 years ago. My favorite paper. It goes with everything. You got so many beautiful colors you can pick from. I have just like half of a sheet of it left, and I probably bought like 6 of them. I don't know. So I bought 3 more sheets. They had 4 sheets in total. I didn't want to be a pig and buy them all, but I bought 3. This is probably discontinued paper, but Joann still had a couple of them anyway, and I snagged those because it's so pretty and I love it. And I've used almost all the stuff up that I have, and for the amount that I make cards, this probably will be a lifetime supply. And then they had this Park Lane paper. This was on clearance for like $8.50, and it's, oh my gosh, you know what? On the back it actually tells you the cutting. I've never seen this before. On the back it tells you the blade depth, the pressure, and the speed you should use to cut this on all sorts of different machines. It has the Brother Scan and Cut, which is what I have. It's also got the Sizzix Eclipse. When was this made? Because I don't hear anybody talking about the Eclipse anymore. 2020. Cameo, Silhouette Cameo settings. It's got Cricut, all the Cricut from the personal, Create and Expression all the way up to the Cricut Maker settings on here. It says it's the best cardstock for cutting machines. I didn't even know that, but I bought it because it looked an awful lot like that Basil Basics paper that I used to love, and this is a Christmas, I love this Christmas selection, but I love the colors just anyway for year round. They're just a really nice kind of off primary color. I love the coral and the teal and the kind of cranberry reds. It's really pretty. I thought that was a really nice assortment of colors, and I haven't bought cardstock in probably since before 2017 when I did the big KonMari clean out, because I organized everything by color, and I've just been working through it, and I definitely could use some fresh sheets of that. So that was justified. So Joann's, I was good in Joann's, which was ironic because that was the first store I went to, so I would have been completely sobered up by the time I hit Michael's, and that's when, you know, that's when I went off the rails. I've been off the rails this week. I've fallen off the wagon in every possible way. That was one margarita. It wasn't that bad. But, and I wasn't like drunk or anything. It was one margarita. Come on, give me a break. Of course, it was on an empty stomach because I've been doing the MyFitnessPal, which, you know, I trigger alert. I don't know. I'm not really going to talk about diet, but I'm going to talk about MyFitnessPal for a minute. So I was really excited about MyFitnessPal because I thought, well, this is foolproof. I'm going to track every single morsel I eat, and I'm going to track every exercise I do, and I will underrate how many calories I'm burning for the exercise, and I will overrate the amount of calories that I eat just to make sure that I don't cheat, and everything is like, there's no scientific way I could fail. And after about a week and a half of under 1,200 calories a day deprivation, I was tired, I was sad, I just felt awful, my joints were aching, and I didn't lose a single solitary pound. Thank you very much. I said, heck with this. Heck with this. It's my birthday week. I'm gonna enjoy myself. And so yeah, I'm deleting that up. I was just like, come on. I will deal with it feeling horrible if if the pounds drop. But if I'm not losing weight, I can just eat regular food and not lose weight. Just be the same weight. Why would I do that? That was just, I was so disgusted. I'm so disgusted, so mad. So yeah, I fell off the wagon. Not only did I fall off the wagon, the horse has been dragging me for the last 50 feet. But I'm feeling so much better. I have so much more energy. I just feel happier. My brain is happier. So I don't know. I think my next plan of action is going to be lifting weights. Because I feel like lifting weights is like the math of exercise. It's so boring. I absolutely hate lifting heavy things. But that's one of those pieces of advice when people are like, what advice would you give your younger self? Like when you're, say if you're 50s, what would you tell your 40-year-old self, or someone in your 40s, what would you tell them to do? And lifting weights is one of those tips that people are always saying that's something you should do. And that's something I've never really tried, other than having the hand weights I'll use while I'm doing cardio, because I prefer cardio. Cardio is fun, you know, you're moving around, you're listening to music, it's like, it's fun. And weights are boring in my opinion, but I don't know, maybe I just gotta put a podcast on and, you know, suffer through it. I have done the like women's fitness app HIIT workouts. Those I guess that's using your own body weight. I could do that. That's fun enough. It's fast at least. I've done Pilates. I enjoy Pilates, which isn't really like lifting weights, but it's using your own body weight. So maybe I'll do that. I think I have a DVD around here somewhere. So I don't know. I don't like lifting heavy things. And so for my birthday, we went out to Monhegan Island. Jason took the day off from work, and it was really nice. I was expecting it to be cold. And so I wore pants, and I brought a jacket, and I had my backpack, my Grumbacher backpack with a seat in it that I use for plein air painting. And it was so hot, and it was so sunny, and I was regretting that. And I was just like, why is this so heavy? Why does this bag feel so heavy? It's probably not. It's probably like the weight of maybe like a small cat food bag. But it's just like carrying it in the heat. I was hiking with it. I'm just like, oh, it's so hot. And I wore sneakers, but they were not hiking sneakers. I should have worn my hiking sneakers, but I didn't think there would be that much like uneven terrain, even though I was just there like last month. I don't know. I was hot and cranky. Well, I guess I wasn't really that cranky, but while I was hiking around in the heat, I was kind of cranky. And I was like, I need to lighten up my plein air kit. Then I'm like, maybe I need to carry more heavy things around and actually, you know, welcome to the gun show, and maybe get that a little bit, I don't know, get a little more strength. I probably should. I'm kind of not very strong, surprisingly. I'm a weakling. So that's my next course of action, and my husband's like, well, you know, muscle built burns more calories, so I'm gonna give it a try. We'll see. We've got a weight bench. Because I'm like, do you think using an elliptical machine is lifting weights? He's like, no, that's cardio, that's not lifting weights. But my legs get really tired, so wouldn't that be like lifting weights? It's like, no, it's not lifting weights. But I don't know. I don't like being told what to do, but I think I need to do that. So then I did a painting of a shipwreck while I was there. So I used that for the buried prompt up for World Watercolor Month. Actually, do I have it right here? I think I do. And so that was nice because that worked out just perfect. So that was the buried shipwreck thing. This is something I got to finish. The fog, man, it was like bright, sunny, clear, and then the fog rolled in, and this is like about how it looked. It was crazy. But that was right about an hour before we left, so timing was perfect. When we were taking the ferry back, we actually saw an ocean sunfish, and it had this like this fin out of the water that was probably like bigger than a frisbee. It was huge, and it was really neat because it just, and the ferry operator like circled around it so we could get a good sight of it. It was really neat. Actually whacked my arm on the ferry on like one of the because I was going out to see seals, because there were some seals on some harbor seals on some rocks as we were on one of the little islands as we were going out to Monhegan, and I whacked my arm on like something metal on the boat, or maybe a chair, I can't remember, but I had to put a little makeup on there to cover it up. So if you see that scar, that scrape, that's what that is. So that was really kind of cool, and I'm pretty sure I saw some puffins, because puffins are very small, and I have seen them before in a whale watch where we saw no whales, but I'm pretty sure I saw a couple puffins because they're so tiny, and but I'm pretty sure that's what they were. And what else? What else? So yeah, so I got my clean kitchen floor, hopefully it's still clean. The dog's upstairs, who knows. But when Jason and I got back from Monhegan, Lila had scrubbed the counter. She had made me a strawberry rhubarb pie, which is like my favorite pie. I haven't had that since last time she made it a few years ago. It's hard to find vegan pies because most pie crusts have lard in them, like commercially made pie crusts. And so it's a big ordeal to make a pie. You have to make the crust from scratch, or I guess you could buy puff pastry and use that instead. But I just can't be bothered to do that. I don't really like to cook that much, so which is just as well because I'm trying to, you know, eat healthy all the time. So having, you know, the desire to cook would not be great. But anyways, came home, spotless kitchen. Oh my gosh, delicious pie. Oh, after that, and before that, on the way home, we stopped for Thai food at my favorite Thai place in Belfast. And it's just such a hole-in-the-wall place, but the food is so good. It's called Rice and Noodles if you're vacationing in Maine. It's on the main road in Belfast. And, oh, it is so good. It is so good. And pretty affordable, too. Yeah, so that was really nice. So yeah, totally off the wagon, but enjoying every minute of it. I'll tell you what Jason got me for my birthday. He got me a couple things. He got me this, it's a compass, and it's a brass compass. I don't know if I can show you, well, I could actually, it's kind of like an iris. I think you have to be on the, oh, no, you don't. I was thinking you had to be kind of on the table, but you twist it and you can open it or close it. So it's like you can make circles. I know it's kind of like, I just thought it was looked cool. I had it in my Amazon wish list for a while. I just thought that was really kind of neat. It's pretty. And I always need to draw circles. So that, and then this book here, which is one I saw. It's vintage. It's like vintage illustrations, etchings, I think, of flowers. The Book of Plants. I love the Taschen books. They put out so many beautiful books with old public domain illustrations on them. And it's all beautiful botanical plant etchings. And I love to use stuff like that for reference. I just love the timeless look of it. I love that, like in pen and ink and stuff. Kind of like what we're gonna do with our little iris, kind of that sort of style. I think it's so pretty. And I've got another book that's in this series upstairs. I don't know if it's in this series, but it's from this publication, this publisher, and it's the same size. So I'm gonna put this up on my shelf in front of my fun art desk upstairs. Because sometimes you're just like, I want to paint something. I don't really know what I want to paint. And I'll just do a study of something from one of those books, and it helps you learn a little bit more about the makeup of the plants, because a lot of time they'll have like bisected, like scientific illustrations too, and it's just kind of fun and interesting. I was also talking about having, when we saw all the jelly printing supplies at the craft store, I was like, oh, I could do a jelly printing party. That would be fun. I did that once before. I should do another jelly print party. And my friend Tracy is up from Florida, so I have a good crop of crafty people around right now, so I think I might have to do some sort of crafty party as well. It's summer, so I'm feeling all like outgoing and bright and chipper, and then like I'll go back to hermit mode in the winter and buckle down and work, but in the summer I'm just like, woohoo, time to party, time to have people over, in theory. I haven't had many people over. I keep saying I want to have people over. I want to have a ping pong party. I want to have a dart party. I want to have all these parties. So I just need to do it. But that's all. I am going to go meet friends to go paint at a waterfall today. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm sure I'll have some painting photos from that. I'm doing World Watercolor Month and I've been posting daily. If you're curious as to what I've been doing on World Watercolor Month, you can check me out on Instagram. And I will do a wrap-up video when it's all done, probably like August 1st or something. But if you don't have anything planned next Friday, check out the free Michaels class, link in the video description, along with all the other things I mentioned. And I'll have the Prime Day list up next week if you're curious about that. Or if you want to avoid it, you can avoid it. No judgment here, whichever you want to do. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up before you go. And oh, don't forget, birthday sale ends tomorrow. Until next time, happy crafting. Bye!